G'day. In this module, we're just going to cover some of the technical things that you really need to know about your website and things that you should be aware of when you're getting a website designed. So firstly, there's a few conventional elements of web design that really should be stuck to in order to make it easy for your customers to navigate your website and find what they need. If you make this difficult, then people might get frustrated and leave you and you lose that sale. So firstly, put your logo up in the top left-hand corner and make that clickable. Make it so that it clicks back to the home page. A lot of people expect that now because that's on most websites. Then on the other corner, the top right, you want to make sure that you have your contact information or perhaps the call to action of the next step that they need to take in order to purchase. So maybe that'll be their sign up form, or that'll be where the shopping cart will be. And also you'll find that most websites have a navigation bar that goes across the top, which makes it easy for people to navigate around the website. Now, if you have a large site, then it's best that you just put the main pages on this navigation bar and maybe have drop-down menus to sub-pages, or structure in a way that is easy for people to navigate through the site using that navigation bar. But you don't want to clutter that navigation bar with too many different options. And people will expect to see things like copyright, disclaimers, privacy policies, terms of use, sitemaps, all those things found in text links at the bottom of the page. They'll also probably expect to see maybe a homepage link or a contact link down there as well. For larger sites, people definitely expect to see a search bar somewhere. So if you have a large site or a blog and you're publishing lots of content, I would recommend you put a search bar in there so that people can easily find that blog post that they saw a while ago that they really liked, or finding their way through an e-commerce store to the product that they're looking for. Search bars are pretty important. And finally, in the main body of your website, most of the time it is a content area to one side with a sidebar either to the left or to the right, which might have additional navigation or features or links to other things. It's best to have it either one side or the other and keep it consistent throughout the whole site. It's probably best not to have a sidebar on either side of a central content area, mainly because I find that gets too cluttered with information on either side of the main part. And you don't want to be doing funky things like putting a sidebar in the middle and having some content on one side and some on the other side and doing different funky things like that. You want to keep it pretty standard so that people can easily navigate to the information that they're looking for. Also, when putting together the structure of your website's pages, it's important to give them a web address that is descriptive of the content of that page, not just a bunch of random letters and numbers and not something completely irrelevant. You want to keep it pretty descriptive and pretty relevant to what's in that page. Doing this sort of thing also helps Google to understand what is in your pages, because if the address of that page describes what that page is about, then it makes it easier for Google to understand what your website is about and who it should be showing your website to. Another great idea is to highlight the main features of your website or of your business on the front page, and especially the main actions that you want people to take, like buying from you or downloading something or checking out a certain page. You want to highlight these main features of your website on the front page and make them really easy for people to navigate to. Sometimes you need to make things really obvious and more obvious than you normally would, because on a website people are used to being led through the internet by obvious buttons, and you don't want to have something distracting them from the desired action that you want them to take. Another thing to be aware of is don't have any blank pages on your website or pages that are, say, coming soon. If you have pages that you plan on creating later, then just simply leave those blank for the moment, take them off the site, and then once you're ready to go, then add them up later. I recommend and I exclusively use the WordPress platform for building websites, and I'll just cover a few of the reasons why I prefer WordPress over other platforms. Firstly, WordPress is very Google friendly. Out of the box, it is already structured in such a way that makes it very easy to rank well in Google. The other thing that's great is it's easy for you to update and add things and create new blog posts and do it all yourself and make these changes. You can log in yourself, and WordPress is a very user-friendly platform. WordPress will handle most of your web standards and some of those issues that you come across if you're building basic HTML sites. So WordPress does all these things in a lot easier fashion. There's a lot less room for error. WordPress makes it easy to create simple and effective and attractive designs for business websites. Also, WordPress is a flexible platform. It's regularly updated and it integrates well with a lot of other third-party software and other platforms that you might be using. Also, because WordPress is an open source free content management system, it makes it very affordable to create effective business websites. So if you have any other questions about anything that I've covered in this video, feel free to hit me up. Email support@evergreenprofit.com, and look out for the next video, which will be coming to your inbox very shortly. I'm Justin Meadows. This is Evergreen Profit. I'll talk to you soon.